In this edition of City News, find out why cars lined up for blocks outside the Memorial Center. Also, do you hope to get to triple digits? Well, being an active community member might help you get there. Plus, we'll show you what has local seniors hanging outside. These stories and much more coming up on City News. Hello and welcome to City News. I'm Jennifer Murillo. The City of Hawthorne and the LA County Food Bank partnered to distribute food to over 2,500 families. Kayla Moeller was at the Hawthorne Memorial Center to bring us the details.
There was a major traffic jam, but for a great cause. Cars were lined up all the way from the Memorial Center to the freeway to receive food from an event sponsored by the City of Hawthorne, LA County Food Bank, and the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors, Holly J. Mitchell's office.
We've seen a huge increase in the demand for food assistance since the pandemic started a year ago. Our distribution has increased by 145% compared to the pre-pandemic period.
Most of the food is donated or from surplus at the farm level. In conjunction with the donated food, some of it is purchased as well to ensure every family is able to be fed for a week.
Each station has everything that the family needs. So the shelf stable, the produce, and the meat. All you have to do is drive up. They'll ask you how many families, and then you just load it up, and they're ready to go.
In addition to the food, families also received face masks and sanitizer.
One thing what COVID has done is had the community reassess its needs, and the City of Hawthorne reassess our needs, knowing that there's a need for food in these homes due to this pandemic that's going on.
Drive-up food distributions are to ensure patrons' safety and to comply with social distancing guidelines.
Since March of last year, we have a lot of people that have food insecurity. So a lot of people have lost their jobs, and some have got laid off. We got, even the restaurant workers that never had a need for food, but now they need food.
With over 100 volunteers, this food distribution event was able to run smoothly and provide food to every car that came through.
The cities have to step up and do what we can to provide opportunities for them to get food assistance.
LA County Food Bank CEO Michael Flood said they understand those in need of food might not always have a car. If that's the case, you should visit the LA County Food Bank website and click Find Food to locate a walk-up event held by one of their partner agencies. With HCTV, I'm Kayla Moeller.
For more information about the food distribution events coming up, visit www.lafoodbank.org. The Los Angeles County Department of Public Health is accepting applications for the Youth Advisory Council. Those ages 16 to 21 that are interested in public health are invited to apply for the paid stipend opportunity on the Youth Advisory Council. Applicants must be LA County residents, passionate about social justice, and make a one-year commitment. The deadline to apply is Friday, April 2nd. To complete an application, visit the website listed on your screen or visit the city's Instagram page at City of Hawthorne CA for more details. A Hawthorne resident celebrated a huge milestone. Reporter Kayla Moeller attended the celebration and brings us the details.
A decade of decades. A local Hawthorne woman has 100 candles to blow out today. Happy birthday!
Longtime Hawthorne resident Frances Abamonte was greeted by family, friends, community members, and even the police department for her centennial birthday celebration.
This is a milestone, 100 years old. This is definitely worth celebrating, and very excited for her.
Frances's son, Pat Abamonte, said his mother moved to Hawthorne in 1955 and has been here active in the community ever since.
She was active in all of the schools at the time, which were very young. This neighborhood was started in the 50s, so very young. So she was really active in bringing forth some of the PTA programs, definitely the Girl Scout programs all the way through. And then I believe she did a lot also with Hawthorne High when my sister was going to school there. And just kind of stayed involved with the city as well as her neighborhood and community.
The birthday star herself shared her love for her home of over 50 years.
Living here has been very great, and I've been very active up until just a few years ago, and I can say only good things about the city of Hawthorne, about the schools, and the people that I've met.
Mayor Alex Vargas stopped by to wish Frances a happy birthday too. He says they met over 13 years ago during his campaign when he began in politics.
She's one of the first people when I started getting involved in politics. She was one of the first people that was one of my first supporters. So for me, this is a very important milestone for the city and for myself personally as well. She's a great friend of mine. She's a great friend for the city of Hawthorne.
A great day for all involved. Frances Abamonte says any day she wakes up in the morning is going to be a great day.
I go day by day, appreciating the friends I have, but this is something that I never expected. And it's so special. I will never forget it.
She wishes the entire community of Hawthorne success.
Just to hope everybody here and everybody in the city of Hawthorne and those around us and the schools and the children, that they can only exceed and be success in life because they're in a good location.
Frances was also greeted by Hawthorne PD when they drove their patrol cars past her celebration, honking their horns and lighting up the street. With HCTV, I'm Kayla Moeller.
HCTV wishes Frances Abamonte a wonderful 100th year and hopes she has many more. A woman takes time to give back to the community. Tony Long Jr. shows us more.
Outside the senior center, retired hairdresser Maria Porter is providing a service to senior citizens, keeping them well-groomed and neat.
So here I come once a month. And the seniors, I love working with seniors. Well, I'm one of them. and because it's just like everything else, at one point you have to start giving back.
Porter's services are helping those who face financial challenges or having issues finding a place to take care of their grooming needs.
I work in the airport, but no flight, so I cannot work anymore. Just wait, so no job. So I come here, so we can save a little money to cut hair.
Last time was my first COVID haircut in a year, so her hair was quite unruly, and she did such a good job last time.
For Diane Rhodes, it also gives her a chance to get out of the house and interact with others.
When I come and get to meet people, we all chat. It's a chance to, have an outing, following all the precautions in it. So it's just nice to get out instead of just going to the store.
Porter enjoys being able to help local residents.
I've been blessed, and I was able to retire from my job and my other job. So this is what I do now. So, and I love it. It's my passion. And I'm also serving the community. And how wonderful that we get to serve.
Porter says that she cuts at the Hawthorne Senior Center for free every third Wednesday of the month. For HCTV, this is Tony Long Jr.
For more information on other events or programs at the Hawthorne Senior Center, visit the city website at www.cityofhawthorne.org/senior-activities. Connecta Credit Union has been impactful in helping the next generation. For Black History Month, they held their third annual Defying the Odds event, geared at helping young Black men in their transition from high school. Cedric Wilton reports.
I want to thank everybody for joining me. We're here to discuss the third annual Defying the Odds event for Black male students in the community. I'm joined by Dr. Carmel Nicholas of Lusinger High. She's the Associate Principal. A student of Lusinger High in his junior year, Akalihi Maini, and the one who set all this up, Connecta's Community Engagement Officer, Latrice McLaughlin. I'd like to start with you, Latrice. I got to attend this event. I want to know, what was the genesis behind this event? So I know we're in uncharted times this year. In your third year, how did you guys create this event?
We work with several of the schools that are within the school district, and we kept hearing about the recurring challenges with some of the male students, and just really wanting them to get inspired and have an opportunity to be able to see themselves in other professionals, hear stories that were similar to theirs, folks that had walked the same streets and even gone to the same schools that they had gone to, but how they took a look at the challenges that they had. They used the resources that were around them. They built a solid team or foundation, and then were able to be successful today.
We have a very own student who attended the event from Lusinger High. He's a junior, Akalihi. What was one of your biggest takeaways from the event? Because I know you volunteered to speak with us today, so I'm thankful for that.
The biggest things that the biggest takeaways on this event was being a part of something that is huge, that involves people that are being on the right path, to strive, to work, to get somewhere where they want to be, so that way they can be happy, or to help family members.
Now, Dr. Nicholas, I know you're representative of Lusinger High, and you've attended these events in the past. What have you seen as far as from its first event to the third, and where do you see it going?
To put Black male leaders in front of our youth so that they can see future, so that they could see careers, so that they could see opportunities, so that they could see Black men that came from the communities of which they are being reared in, and so that they can have something to aspire to.
Latrice, this being the third event, I imagine it was very different from the first, being in a virtual world this time. You're still able to pull this off. Where do you want to see this event grow? Do you want to include more communities, more schools, or can you just share your vision?
Thank you. So I would like to see this event grow to include more school districts. Every school district, it doesn't matter in regards to being a Black man. If someone goes to school in Compton, which we did partner with them this year, as well as Centinela Valley Unified School District. But I want to make sure that the students know and can see kind of across the table, regardless of what area they're in, what school they happen to be going to, if their demographics are different, or even income and economic places in life are different. If you're in a car and it is 4 Black men and you get pulled over by the police, that fear is just as could be there and relevant, regardless if you are in Redondo Beach or if you are in Long Beach. And so we wanted to make sure that we are kind of leveling the playing field and just really showing them that there are men in every single profession that look like you, that have been through your experiences and want to share back with you.
Why is it more important for people to see more imagery in events like this and unifying everyone? And I'll start with you, Latrice.
To be able to have events like this, regardless of what our young adults might be seeing and hearing in other places, will give them something, a transferable skill that no one can take away from them, regardless of where they are at, regardless of the situation that they are put into. I think that, and we will strive to continue to host more events like this, to keep our ears open, to keep working together with strong partners like Dr. Nicholas and the entire staff that's over at Lusinger and Hawthorne and Lawndale, all of the schools that we get an opportunity to work with.
For you, Dr. Nicholas, same question. Why are events like Defying the Odds important to see more of going forward in light of the year we had in 2020?
Thank you for the question. What comes to mind for me is all of the social injustices that we have had displayed before us, all of the police brutality, all of the murders that have happened with our Black people. And so events like this give an opportunity, number one, for us to see something positive, for us to be excited and proud about who we are as a people, and then to continue to inspire our youth.
And I wanted to actually thank all three of you for joining me, for sharing perspectives. I think it was a beautiful event, very imperative for us to actually have unity, have this type of imagery going forward during these times, and I actually look really forward to attending the event in person in the near future. Thank you all.
Connecta is ensuring young African American males see the success in the community around them. You can find out more about their community efforts at connecta.org/community. Coming up next on City News, we'll show you how a new award has one local counselor smiling. Also, there's a fresh new face on the football sidelines. There's more news ahead. We'll be right back. Welcome back. A new award was handed out to California high schools, and one winner is in Hawthorne. Sam Vargas has the details.
The LA County Office of Education paid tribute to a vital profession.
Miss Karen Hicks, one of our school counselors, has won the inaugural award for Los Angeles County Office of Education Counselor of the Year.
Mrs. Hicks, who has worked for the Centinela Valley Union High School District for 20 years, won the award along with fellow counselor Dr. Keisha Burns from Palmdale.
This is the first time that any counselor in LA County has been recognized for their achievements. And out of a pool of 50 different nominees, Karen and Dr. Burns were chosen as the standout candidates of truly what represents the best in school counseling.
Being a counselor means a lot to me. One thing, as a counselor, I deal with a total student. And so to be rewarded for your passion, I always tell people the only other job I would love to have was being a mother, because I feel currently I have 428 children, plus the 2 of my own children. So it's dealing with the whole student.
Counseling was not something Mrs. Hicks originally set out to do.
I attended USC. I was going to go into business. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be working marketing, television. That was my life.
But soon after, she realized where her heart really belonged.
Rethinking everything, there was an opportunity to work for the district in their gang risk intervention program. So I applied and I received the job.
Now in her 8th year at Lawndale, Mrs. Hicks faces a new challenge that has tested her job unlike anything before.
One thing I've noticed because of COVID and the pandemic, many of my students are dealing with grief. And because they're dealing with the grief, just to have someone to speak with, because many times when you're dealing with grief, there are different stages and you are not really aware you're going through those stages.
That break from school is really difficult because I'm not in the classroom and I'm not as motivated being around my peers and all that. But Ms. Hicks has definitely helped me get through that and in general just survive.
It's the relationship that she's had with her students that's made all the difference.
She always goes above and beyond to serve her students. She always does more than what I ask her to. I understand that being a counselor and having so many students to take care of, it can be difficult, and she might not always get to me, and she might not always be able to help me, but she's always been able to pull through for me, and that's more than what I could ask for.
Something that extends far past graduation.
I always tell students, it's great what you're doing, but I want to see you graduate from college. So many of the students send me invitations. I send them notes. They always tell me different things they are pursuing.
As Mrs. Hicks plans to continue counseling and changing young lives for many years to come. Reporting for HCTV, I'm Sam Vargas.
For more information on the Los Angeles County Office of Education, as well as the Counselor of the Year Award, visit their website at www.lacoe.edu. A local high school is out on the gridiron, staying in shape. Tony Long Jr. has the details.
There you go, Jeffrey. There you go, Jeffrey. Work. Work.
Student athletes of Hawthorne High are at Hal Cap football field, training to get ready for their season.
We want to have these kids be involved in something, have them believe in something more than just pessimism that's going on in the world right now. So to give them an avenue to come out here, run around, put some sweat out there, be a part of a team atmosphere, and have a little bit of a normalcy, that's all we really wanted to do. So, yeah.
The team is doing their part to stay safe while maximizing their conditioning.
Right now, all of our conditioning right now is contactless, and it's without shareable equipment. So the goal right now is to get to a point where we can actually have a football out here. That's the first goal.
Players are maintaining a positive mindset as they continue to train.
It feels great, trying to get some work in with all the people that we have. It doesn't matter how many. It just feels good to be back out here with our new coaching staff too. We're gonna see how it works out.
I play football for fun. It's like my passion, I guess. So just getting out here in general is great. And what also keeps me going is my family. I play it for them as well, play for fun and for them.
Despite the training, it will be a while before the team takes the field and competes again.
Yeah, we'll be waiting for the fall to play again. My thought process right now is to get to the spring.
Hawthorne High head football coach Corey Thetford says that training is only an hour with a maximum of 12 players. In the event there's more than the capacity, an extra hour is added to accommodate the extra players. For HCTV, I'm Tony Long Jr.
For more information on the Hawthorne High School football team, visit the athletic page on the school's website at www.hhscougars.org. Vietnam Veterans of America South Bay Chapter 53 is accepting applications for their annual $1,000 scholarship. Their scholarship essay program is for graduating high school seniors. Applicants must interview and report on a Vietnam-era veteran, and the essay must be at least 1,000 words. Entries are due before 11:59 on Sunday, April 18th. For more information, call 310-540-8820 or email scholarships@vva53.org. We get a chance to take a look at a new face that is part of the coaching staff at a local high school. Tony Long Jr. shows us more.
When the Hawthorne High School football team eventually takes the field, you will see varsity football defensive line coach Monique Boone along the sideline.
Honestly, it's been a true honor to be on the team. I've been working with them since about last April, so kind of right when the pandemic happened and we all switched to Zoom. So I've been meeting with the team for about once or twice a week since April.
Boone adds some experience to the coaching staff, being a former player herself.
And so I've played football for the last 12 years. I have been on multiple teams here in Los Angeles that have all went undefeated. Sadly, we don't claim that championship for the WFA, which is the Women's Football Alliance.
Boone came in highly recommended from a fellow member of the coaching staff.
The varsity offensive line coach, Bobby Patterson, he was my head coach for my women's team here in Los Angeles. So I worked under him on the offensive line. I play left guard. I love left guard.
Head football coach Corey S. Thetford said that hiring her was an easy decision to make.
Within the 15-minute conversation of talking to Monique Boone, I realized that she knew football, had football IQ. It was never a question of whether she was smart enough or capable enough to do it. It was if she wanted to come and coach with us.
Students are already impressed with their new assistant coach.
It's my first year here playing with Coach Boone, and so far it looks really good. She looks ready to get us ready, and she looks like a really good coach that can prepare us for the upcoming season if we do have one.
Boone is making history, as she is the first woman to be part of the varsity football coaching staff in Hawthorne High School's history. For HCTV, I'm Tony Long Jr.
HCTV wishes Coach Boone and the Hawthorne High School football team good luck in the coming season. That does it for this edition of City News. Thanks for watching. If you have any story ideas, please call us at 310-349-1630 or email us at hctv@hawthorneca.gov. Don't forget you could watch City News online on YouTube by searching Hawthorne Community Television. We'll leave you now with more footage from the food distribution event. See you next time.